gas and MNF. This shit don't stop. Stack money, not friends, that's how we rock. No 9 to 5, no need to clock.
It's your boy, Cashmernosweater, and we here with another reaction video, you feel what I'm saying? Today we're finna be watching Jeepers Creepers, the true crime story of Marilyn and Dennis Dupuy, or Depew, whatever his name is. You feel me? I heard of Jeepers Creepers, but I don't really know too much about none of it. Like, I'm not finna try to speak on it like I know. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all like and subscribe. Original video gonna be in my description. I don't know what we got in tune for this video, but we finna see. Y'all spark y'all up blunt, you feel me? Get you some food, cause this type of video that you should do that too. You feel me? And let's get straight into it. Glad. Jeepers Creepers. Glad. Creepers Jeepers.
Most of us have seen Jeepers Creepers from 2001.
Damn.
But I
wasn't even alive. That's what I don't know nothing about.
I feel like a lot of you don't realize that the beginning of that movie is based on a real story, a real situation that happened.
What the?
In 1990, 46-year-old.
Oh, hell
Dennis
no.
Depew.
Do y'all see how these niggas look? What y'all doing if y'all, let's say y'all got cameras in y'all crib, right? Y'all check the cameras. Y'all see these faces just, hell nah, boy. I don't even want y'all imagining that. Hell nah. Let's just get past that.
Murdered his wife Marilyn, and
Yeah, he murdered his
stashed
wife.
her body. But the story is extremely bizarre.
I ain't gonna lie.
Although
He murdered his wife, but I'm thinking they both killers, like the way they look. No offense, but off assumption, I'm thinking that's two serial killers right there. You know what I'm saying?
Director has never come out and said it. It's pretty obvious that this story is basically that's the beginning of Jeepers Creepers. So I wanted to come over and see for myself, see the abandoned school, and drive down South Prairie Road. This is where it all took place. Easter Sunday,
I had to eat something.
1990. Ray and Marie Thornton are driving down this road, South Prairie Road.
Christmas spirit.
A Chevy van comes up behind them very quickly and then very aggressively passes them at a high rate of speed.
What the hell?
And that's when Marie Thornton says,
Like, I hate roads like that, because honestly, if someone decides to do some weird shit like that, what could you do? Like, there's nothing out there.
referencing
That's like
the
South
license plate,
Carolina.
GZ. Geez, that guy's in a rush. They have a laugh about it and continue on down this road. And just a few miles further, they come across the abandoned schoolhouse. And it's there that they see that van again.
The hell?
They see a man, and he looks like he's holding a blanket or a sheet that is full of blood, or at least it's red. At the time, they don't know. And here it is.
That's some weird shit.
The actual school, built in 1908. This is it. This is where Ray and Marie Thornton drove by and saw that same vehicle and that man. His car, I believe, was parked right
See, niggas
here.
like me, bro. Niggas like me. If I seen that shit, nigga, I'm out. I'm out that whole area. Like, I'm going where the buildings is at. With the civilians. I'm joining that server.
I believe this is where the big tank was. And he was somewhere back here. They see him with a blanket or a sheet.
These shit's good as hell.
And that's right when Marie says, what is that? That man, he has a blood-soaked sheet or something. And they were like, look, we're not hanging around. Let's get out of here. So they take off. They realize they probably better get the heck out of this area, so they keep on driving. They kind of take off. And a few miles down the road, that same vehicle, that Chevy van, right on their bumper, riding their bumper.
Imagine that.
And now they are freaking out. What is this guy doing?
Oh, God.
This
I would
goes
have
on
stopped the
for
car.
a few miles
Beat the shit out of
until
him.
the Thorntons pull off and head down a different road. they can see in their rear view mirror that the vehicle has pulled off at the intersection. He's on the side of the road. And they say, you know what? We need to turn around. Very ballsy couple, the Thorntons. We need to turn around. And we need to get a description of this vehicle, get the license plate, because he's up to something. We don't know what that whole thing was with the blanket. He was trying to put it into the ground. They turn around. They come back to the intersection. The van is still there. And that man is switching his license plates. The passenger door is open, and Marie Thornton can see that it is covered with blood. And they're like,
where? Y'all tell me. This nigga pulled to the side of the road. So wait, so this nigga's out of school, right? Let's start from there. Left the school, caught up to them, then just pulled to the side, changed the license plate. What is this, broad day? And they see blood and shit on the doors. See? Niggas like me, bro. I would have been gone. That nigga would have never caught up to me while he was at that school. There would have never been no bumper on bumper. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how bro caught all the way up to them. Like, I don't understand. Just to pull to the side.
They take off, head back in the direction of the school. They want to go see what this guy was doing. They head back. They end up at the school again. Believe it or not, they get out. They need to see what this guy was stashing. What was he doing? What was that sheet or that blanket? So they get out of their car and they walk down and they find a little animal hole, and it's there that they find a blood-soaked blanket. He was trying to put that down a hole unsuccessfully.
The fuck? This story is just like bizarre. Like, that's the only word I can think of right now. Like, what is going on?
It's a big misconception that
I don't ever say bizarre.
With the inside of the school, he didn't stash anything in the school. There was no body found in the school. I think he pulled over to try to stash that bloody blanket.
This nigga just walking around.
Or
like
possibly
that.
even to, if he found a good spot, to stash Marilyn.
Nigga like he drive a cop car.
At that point, they take off and they're headed for the police. Now, this happened just after the situation at the Depew house.
So
now,
it is
Dennis
Depew.
And Marilyn Depew had been married for many years. I believe it was 18 years. They had gotten divorced, but he did have specific visitation rights. Again, Easter Sunday, he came to pick up the kids. They did not want to go with him, and he got into an argument with Marilyn, and she fell down. He pushed her, or she fell down the stairs.
When I be in the crib alone or something, like, I just start seeing shit. Or is that just me? I just start seeing stuff moving, or it's the video. Like, I don't know. I'm getting Jeepers Creep stuff.
She hurt herself badly, and he basically dragged her out of the house, telling the kids that we're going to go to the hospital. We're going to the hospital. Well, they never went to the hospital, but one of the kids did run out of the house then, and went to call the police. So the police had two separate calls, probably even at the time not even realizing it was the same person that they were calling about.
Did the police get this?
So what happened was, a day later, they were looking for Dennis. He was gone. He disappeared. And it was a day later, not far from here, basically in between this school and where their house used to be, they found, I believe it was a town worker, a road worker, found Marilyn Depew's body on the side of the road. And she was recovered. She had been shot in the back of the head, most likely in the van, which is why it was so bloody in there. So once all that happened, for some time...
Humans been killing each other. Like, that shit is crazy to think about. We're really the biggest competitors and predators. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that shit is
Family
crazy.
members and friends started
This shit is in
receiving
2001.
letters from Dennis, who was on the run and hiding. Strange letters with biblical inscriptions, basically justifying why he killed Marilyn, saying that she was turning his family against him, that he had lost everything.
What killing her?
Dennis was gone for a year, and it was then that Unsolved Mysteries picked up the case. They actually showcased it. I believe it's season 3, episode 20, I think. I'll put it down below.
Maybe all the Unsolved Mysteries. I don't remember nothing about Jeepers Creeps.
Link to it because it's on YouTube. But they did a story about this. They featured this story on there, and so it goes was that he saw it on TV.
This nigga looks
He was living a whole different life at that point. Took on the alias Hank Queen.
Like, bro, he looks
and
weird.
Was living with a girlfriend, and down in Texas, I believe, Dallas, Texas. And he knew he had to get out of there, so he left that night. And
this nigga must know
it just so happened
the whole story, huh?
is that
I'm just
that
believing everything he's
girlfriend's
saying.
family members were watching. They called the police, and they found him that night trying to leave the area. There was a long pursuit. He was shooting at them. He actually blasted through 2 police roadblocks, and he ended up shooting himself, I believe in Mississippi, in the head, actually in the exact same vehicle, in that van.
Yo,
that he
nigga
shot Marilyn.
crashed out. Yo, some humans really be like, bro,
And this is
holy
Dennis's
crap.
final
Holy
resting
shit.
place here with
He
his
be
family.
crashing out.
This isn't too far from where that schoolhouse is, just over the border in Indiana.
In 1991.
I believe, yeah, so this is his mother and father, and I don't know who these people are, possibly sisters. His father actually lived until 2005, his mother until 1997, and of course 1991.
It's crazy
Dennis.
to think that when people die, people get buried, like they get put under the ground. Like, who was the first person to do that? Real shit, who's the first person to do that, bro?
When he took his own life. Clearly, the flowers and the plants are on this family here, so they probably still have family in the area. I mean, everybody has family. Serial killers, bank robbers,
That
murderers,
is true.
everybody has family. Marilyn, I think she was tired of being controlled. There was a lot going on beneath the scenes there. There was a lot of arguing, and they just were not getting along anymore, and she wanted the divorce, and reportedly he did not want the
So
divorce.
he crashed out. Nigga, there's a million women
so
out there. Don't crash out, nigga.
These things happen
Oh,
sometimes.
it's too late now. This nigga's dead.
Yeah.
This nigga's dead.
I don't see a mark at all.
Hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't be sunk just from the 90s that deep, you know?
Yeah, that's what I figured. Since 1990, it's not that long ago where it'd be, you know.
Yeah, completely overgrown.
Yeah.
Right. And
How often are they unmarked graves?
it happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, at least I know I'm not crazy then. So anyway, I wanted to come out to the Oakland Hills Cemetery here, pay my respects to Marilyn.
Respect to her, man.
But I searched and
I
searched
thought
and
she was
searched to
like
visit
a
the.
serial killer at first, but she got her life took by her own nigga, bro, or ex-nigga, whatever, or children's father. Her kids' dad. You feel what I'm saying? Sad to see people go that way, you feel what I'm saying? This shit been happening for years. Shit's still happening to this day. Just crazy stuff like humans, bro. This is why I stay my ass in the crib. This is why I stay my ass in the crib, so I don't have to go worry about nothing, you feel what I'm saying? But I'm finna start popping back out for y'all, bro, and get some vlogs in for y'all, but still. Let's see if this nigga got anything else to say.
Office a number of times, and eventually someone came out to try to track her grave down. We couldn't find it, and she's more or less certain that it's an unmarked grave. Chances are her family just could not afford, or maybe did not want,
what if they got ashes?
Any kind of a plot or anything for her, any kind of a tombstone or headstone or anything. But she is pretty much right in this spot here. And that is the story of Dennis Depew,
Man,
the murder of Marilyn.
Fuck that nigga. Rest in peace, his wife, bro. I wonder if the kids are still alive. The kids are still alive, you feel me? I know they've been through a lot. That shit is crazy, man. But yeah, bro, I thought this was too serial because I ain't gonna cap, but it was a straight little video. Y'all like, subscribe. I ain't gonna say too much. Video already a little too long, you know what I'm saying? But it's your boy, Cashmernosweater. Y'all be safe out there. And I'm out.
We spot him, we got him, we shot him and trap it. That nigga is pussy, he don't wanna study. Nigga see the gang and started a panic. Fucked on a Kelly, bitch, I full of plastic. I need me a bitch who just gon' keep it classy. Stun on y'all niggas can't have it. Stacking my money, should've been on that Maverick.